What's up, YouTube? Thomas L here with Zac Efron's new film, Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil, and Vile, out now on Netflix. I decided to do my top 10 favorite Zac Efron movies. Because I gotta say, that guy is actually a really talented actor. You know, to me, he could do, like, almost anything. He could do comedy, he could do drama pretty well, and I think he's really great. And glad to see his career is skyrocketing ever since High School Musical and all, But anyway, that being said, here's my top favorite Efron movies. Alright, coming in at number 10 is That Awkward Moment. Now, in this, it stars Zac Efron and Miles Teller, who play a best pals named Jason and Dano, who has like casual flings and revel in their carefree, unattached lives. And so, like, they learn that the marriage of their friend Mikey, played by Michael B. Jordan, is over, and so like they pretty much welcome back into their circle, and so like the three make a pact to have fun and avoid commitment. However, they of course end up having serious relationship throughout the movie, and they must like keep their romances a secret from another one. Like Zac Efron, he ends up having a relationship with Imogen Poots' character, who is pretty good here. Michael B. Jordan ends up having a relationship with a nurse played by Jessica Lucas from Gotham fame, and Miles Teller ends up having a relationship with Mackenzie Davis's character. I thought the three leads, Efron, Jordan, and Teller, they both had all three of them had great chemistry with one another. And the movie I thought was really cute. It was charming. I really enjoyed this movie, and it didn't really get the great reviews, to be honest with you, but I still thought it was pretty decent. And if you guys still never had a chance to check out That Awkward Moment, give it a go. It's a really good little film. Alright, coming in at number 9 is Me and Orson Welles, which was directed by Richard Linklater, and the film stars Zac Efron as a character named Richard Samuels, who gets like the opportunity of his lifetime when famed director Orson Welles gives him a small role in his 1937 production of Julius Caesar. This was a pretty good little film. Richard Linklater did a pretty good job at directing. Zac Efron, he was pretty great. His character was really likable, and he played the role pretty well. Christian McKay plays Orson Welles. He was pretty good here. You also had Claire Danes in this movie. Pretty nice little gem here. I mean, it's kind of a bit of an underrated film. It didn't really get talk about when it first got released, but it's actually a really good little film. If you guys never seen Me and Orson Welles yet, check it out. Especially if you're on the verge of Efron's acting abilities, because he gave a really great performance here. Coming in at number 8 is Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates. Now here you got Zac Efron and Alan Devine, who plays brothers named Mike and Dave Schranger, who are young and they're adventurous and fun-loving brothers who pretty much tends to get out of control at family gatherings. And so their sister named Janine pretty much is getting married in Hawaii, and so she wants she wants the two brothers to actually find dates for the wedding. And so they end up placing a ad on Craigslist, and the siblings decide to pick up two girls named Tatiana and Alice, played by Aubrey Plaza and Anna Kendrick, and they are both two charming and seemingly normal women, but they of course has a wild side as well. And Aubrey Plaza ends up going with Alan Devine's character, while Anna Kendrick ends up going with Zac Efron's character. This movie I thought was really funny. The two leads played by Efron and Devine were both great. You could really buy them as brothers, actually. I mean, when they first announced that they were going to play brothers, I was like, really? They really don't even hardly look alike. But in the movie, they actually really pass as brothers, and you could, tell they had like a brotherly bond in the film. And Aubrey Plaza and Anna Kendrick were both great. Stephen Root was in this. Sugarland Beard stole lots of scenes. Sam Richardson was really funny. Some really good cast members were great in this, and also there was like a scene with Camille Nanjiani, which is a little awkward to be honest with you. But anyway, this movie was a really funny little film, and if you guys never had a chance to check out Micah Dave Need Wedding Dates yet, I'd say if it's on Netflix or wherever you can find it, I'd say give it a go. It's a really good little film. I mean, it's not great. It's not a great movie or anything, but I think you'll have fun with it. All right, coming in at number 7 is Dirty Grandpa. Now, this is actually probably the worst review of the films in this list, but I don't care what anyone says. Dirty Grandpa was hysterical. I really like the chemistry with Robert De Niro and Zac Efron. They work together really well here. And of course, you had Julianne Hough was pretty good. Let's see, who else was in this? Oh yeah, Zoe Deutsch was in this. Aubrey Plaza was also in this as well. Yeah, it's a very raunchy movie. Like, it has lots of raunchy moments in this. I'd say definitely give this one a shot. I mean, like I said, this movie's not going to be for everyone. Like, if you're into raunchy humors, yes, this movie's going to be for you. But if you're not, I would not recommend this, to be honest with you. But it's a really funny film. I mean, it's a road trip movie, which of course I'm a sucker for. It's a raunchy comedy, which I'm also a sucker for. And yeah, I mean, I'll let you see Zac Efron and Robert De Niro work together again, because they were just great in this movie. And yeah, definitely check out Dirty Grandpa if you've never seen it yet. Coming in at number 6 is 17 again. Now here, of course, Zac Efron ends up becoming Matthew Perry. Because in this, Matthew Perry plays a character named Mike O'Donnell, who was once a high school basketball star with a bright future. But he, threw it away or to marry his girlfriend and raise their child. And so, 20 years later, Mike's, marriage has failed, and his kids think he's a loser, and his job is pretty much going nowhere. So he gets, a chance to create the mistakes of his past and change his life when he pretty much transforms into a teenager, played by Zac Efron. But of course, but in trying to fix his past, he might jeopardizing his present and future as well. And here, Zac Efron pretty much ends up having a fling with Michelle Trachtenberg's character in this plays Matthew Perry's daughter. So she pretty much has wants to have a fling with Efron's character with the young version of Mike, but of course, Zac Efron is pretty much Matthew Perry, so that's a little awkward, but yeah, 17 again is another one of those body switching movies. It's kind of I guess say Big, or maybe that recent movie Little that just got released. It's a really funny film, Crazy to believe that this movie turns 10 this year. Wrap your heads around that. 17 again is 10 years old this year. Boy, I remember when this movie first got released. But anyway, yeah, it's a really funny little film. Thomas Lennon was also in this. He was such a scene stealer. Actually, he did Reno 911 beforehand, but this movie actually made me become more of a fan of Thomas Lennon. And also, Leslie Mann was great in this. Michelle Trachtenberg was pretty decent. Yeah, 17 again is a really funny little film, man. If you guys never seen it, I say check it out. It's really great. Coming in at number 5 is Baywatch. Now here, of course, you got Zac Efron playing former Olympian Matt Brody. And in the film, a dangerous crime waves, hits the beach, and you got Dwayne Johnson playing the legendary Mitch Baku Cannon. To be honest, I'm not really I never really keep forgetting how to pronounce his last name well. But anyway, Mitch Buchanan. That's how you pronounce his last name. Anyway. And it lets his elite squad of lifeguards on a mission to prove that you don't have to wear a badge to save the day. And of course, Matt Brody ends up becoming recruited for this, and they of course ditch the surf and go deep undercover to take down a ruthless businesswoman played by Priyanka Chopra, who of course plans to drain the future of the bay and all. I really like the chemistry with The Rock and Zac Efron. They were both really terrific in this. Alexandra Daddario, actually plays pretty much a love interest to Efron's character. Of course, John Bass stole lots of scenes. Kelly Roberbach was pretty good in this. Yeah, there's some really raunchy, a little cringy moments with Zac Efron's character that happens in this. Like a under table scene. I'm not going to go into details for anyone who still haven't seen the movie yet. But if you guys haven't seen the movie, you know what scene I'm talking about. With the morgue scene. Anyway, yeah, and man, Zac Efron in this. I tell you, every time I see Zac Efron in something in a film like Baywatch, it makes me really thinking that I should just lay down the food and work out, because my God, this guy works out. But yeah, Zac Efron, this guy shows that he's more than just looks and stuff. I think, like I said, he's a great and talented actor, and he's really great in comedies like Baywatch. And yeah, I'd love to see The Rock and Zac Efron do another film in the future. And I know the movie didn't do all that well critically or financially, but my God, I'd love to see a sequel. But sadly, the box office wise didn't help it, and the critic response wasn't all that great, so we're probably not getting another one. But who knows? Maybe one of these days they'll see about doing another one. Anything is possible. All right, coming in at number 4, I'm gonna say is High School Musical. I'm a sucker. I kind of got a kick out of the High School Musical movies. Zac Efron, of course, plays the role of Troy Bolton, who's also a basketball superstar. You got Vanessa Hudgens in this, Ashley Tisdale. Of course, I believe Zac Efron dated Vanessa Hudgens from outside of the film as well. So there's of course was some sparks behind the scenes as well. But I really like the chemistry between Zac Efron and Vanessa Hudgens. They work together really well here. And the music I really get a kick out of. I mean, of course, the Wildcats song is pretty good. Yeah, I mean, Ashley Tisdale. I really like Ashley Tisdale as a Sharpay. Of course, Lucas Graybill was also in this. He stole lots of scenes as Sharpay's brother. Corbin Bleu was great in this. Monique Coleman, who we don't really see a whole lot anymore. But anyway, yeah, Zac Efron. I mean, that dude could sing. He's done a couple of major musical films, and he nails singing out of the park. I mean, makes me a little surprised that he never went into actual singing. To kind of makes me surprised he never actually did actual music and all. Because most Disney stars have went into the foray of music, like Miley Cyrus and all, and Demi Lovato and Selena Gomez. But it makes me surprised Zac Efron never actually went into music. I don't mean soundtracks for films like High School Musical. I mean an actual singer, but because the guy could really bust out a tune really well. But yeah, High School Music. You know what? I gotta say, I'll be down to see maybe a couple years back, maybe a high school reunion film. It'll be cool seeing the characters at their high school reunion. Maybe you could probably call it High School Musical reunion, kind of like American reunion in a way, similar to that. But I don't know if it'll ever happen because I'm pretty sure Zac Efron is done with Disney, to be honest, because Yeah, I mean, he hasn't really done a Disney movie since like the third High School Musical, but who knows? Maybe one of these days it'll probably happen. I mean, we're already getting like a High School Musical TV show for Disney Plus, so hey, maybe if we're lucky, Zac Efron will have an appearance on that. Anyway, all right. Speaking of musical, coming in at number 3 is Hairspray. Now here, Zac Efron of course plays the lead male dancer of the Corny Collins show, Link Larkin, who's also Amber's boyfriend, and Tracy Turnblad, played by Nick Blonsky, is like attracted to him, and he also ends up becoming attracted to her as well. Now he actually his character is kind of based on Elvis, which I guess I could see the similarities to this. But Zac Efron, I mean, I like the music that because he of course busted out lots of tunes in this, like the song "Lady's Choice." He sang pretty good in, and of course Hairspray also featured John Travolta as Edna Turnblad. Um, Brittany Snow played Amber. Uh, it had a really great cast. I really loved the 2007 Hairspray movie. I mean, James Marsden as Corny Collins. This Corny Collins might actually be my favorite James Marsden role. Like, seriously. All due respect to Cyclops and any other roles James Marsden plays, Corny Collins is his best work. And Zac Efron, he really nailed it as Link Larkin. He played that role pretty perfectly. I mean, the actor Garrett Clayton, who played Link Larkin in the live televised event, he was okay, but he wasn't as good as Zac Efron was, to be honest with you. But yeah, the 2007 Hairspray, I could watch this movie over and over. When it got released, I saw the movie about maybe 3 or 4 times in theaters. It's that great of a film. I still own it, and if you guys still never had a chance to check out Hairspray, it's pretty much one of the best soundtrack in recent years, and it's a really great movie. Alright, now coming in at number 2 is another musical movie, and that is probably my favorite movie of 2017, and that is The Greatest Showman. I just love this movie so much. Greatest Showman it's a wonderful film. Zac Efron sang really perfectly here. I liked his duet, that Rewrite the Stars song he sang with Zendaya. They had a really great chemistry with one another. Hugh Jackman, I liked his interaction with Jackman. They were both great in this. Yeah, this kind of like Hairspray and High School Musical. This also has one of the best soundtrack in years. I could probably play the soundtrack. I could probably play the soundtrack over and over. The soundtrack in this movie never gets tiring. And the performances by Efron was just terrific. I admit the story wise was a little weak, to be honest with you. But that aside, the whole music in the movie makes the film worth it. It's a great movie, and it actually is in my top, like, my number 1 favorite movie of 2017. It was that great a film, and yeah, Greatest Showman is just perfect. If you still never seen it, what are you waiting for? It's such a really great movie. All right, my number 1 favorite Zac Efron movie, believe it or not, is Neighbors. I mean, Zac Efron really showed, like, in Neighbors, he really shows that he's not the High School Musical guy anymore. He was really raunchy in this. He was funny. His interaction with Seth Rogen was great. I mean, of course, he played like a douchebag in this, but I mean, he was a frat boy, and come on, most frat boys could be douchebags once in a while. And here, of course, Zac Efron, here, of course, Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne, play like new parents who moved to the suburbs with their infant daughter, and so like they end up living next door to a frat house, and they want like like Zac Efron plays the frat president, and they of course Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne's characters wants them to like knock it out, and when they don't, like, knock it out and stuff. There's like a war that happens between the two neighbors. It's hysterical. Like I already said, Zac Efron and Seth Rogen, their chemistry was perfect together. Rose Byrne was great. Of course, you had Dave Franco was in this. Jared Carmichael stole lots of scenes. Hannibal Buress was really great in this movie. This is also a movie I could probably watch over and over and never get tired of. It's that fun of film. And also, part 2 got released in 2016, and I gotta say, I probably prefer part 2 a little more than part 1. Because Zac Efron, in part 2, that time around, he actually paired up with Rogen and Burns' characters to take down the sorority, and of course, the sorority girls played by Chloe Moretz. But yeah, both Neighbors movies are just fun and funny to watch, and like I said, I'm still hoping we get a third one, because these movies are they're just the best, and yes, I'm hoping that if we don't get like a third Neighbors, I'm hoping we see Seth Rogen and Zac Efron do another film together. I know they were both in the Disaster Artist together, but I mean an actual movie where they team up together and stuff. I mean, they were both they just had really great chemistry on screen, and if you guys still never seen Neighbors 1 and 2, I highly recommend it. They're really fun. And it shows that if I'm living in the suburbs, I will probably move if I live next door to a frat house. But anyway, yeah, definitely check out the Neighbor movies. I think you'll enjoy them. But anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me do the quick rundown. Number 10, That Awkward Moment. 9, Me and Orson Welles. 8, Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates. 7, Dirty Grandpa. 6, 17 Again. 5, Baywatch. 4, High School Musical. 3, Hairspray. 2, The Greatest Showman. 1, Neighbors. Now, Zac Efron has been in some other stuff over the years. Let me pull up this. I'm probably going to check out his Ted Bundy movie, here in a bit. Let's see. He was pretty good in The Lucky One. Let's see. Charlie St. Cloud was pretty good. Definitely not We Are Your Friends. To me, We Are Your Friends is probably Zac Efron's worst movie. That movie that movie reeked. He was pretty good in his part in The Beach Bum, but kind of like I said in my review, they kind of wasted Zac Efron a little bit in that. I think they should, Zac Efron should have had more premise in it, but it's a good film, though. The Paperboy, where, in The Paperboy, there's a scene where Nicole Kidman pretty much pees on Zac Efron, which is because Zac Efron's character ends up getting stung by, I think it's a spider or a scorpion or something, and, of course, Nicole Kidman's character ends up peeing on the stinger, so, yeah, that movie also had Matthew McConaughey in the ballet, but it's actually a weird film. It's a little good, but weird. I mean, it's Lee Daniels, but anyway, he was also in The Lorax. He was also in New Year's Eve, which also had Robert De Niro in it. At Any Price, Parkland was pretty good. The Disaster Artist, Miracle Run, which is actually the movie that kind of made me think that Zac Efron could act really well. Yeah, Zac Efron's been in some pretty decent stuff. Anyway, let me leave it to you guys. What are some of your favorite Zac Efron movies? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is Thomas L. signing off.